In this video, we're going to show you how to use the Fastline Marketplace Lister tool. First, we're going to show you how to install it and the steps that you need to take to start to get posting as soon as possible. First, you should have received a link to the Chrome Web Store that goes directly to the listing of the Fastline Marketplace Lister. If you did not, you can also go to the Chrome Web Store directly by just doing a simple Google search. And when you go to the Chrome Web Store, in the search extensions, you can type in Fastline Marketplace Lister. Once you do it and you've come to the store page, you will see a button that says Get or Add Extension. You want to click that and it will add the extension to your computer. The next step is you're going to want to go to the top. You can see the URL bar here. To the right of the URL bar, you will see an icon that looks like a puzzle piece icon. If you hover over it, it says Extensions. On Microsoft Edge, it looks much more like a puzzle piece. On Google Chrome, it looks like a square with a pin popping out at the top and off to the side. Both of them, though, are the extensions icon. You're going to want to click on that to pull up the extensions that you have installed. You will see the Fastline Marketplace Lister in this box. Here, you're going to click on the pin. What this pin will do is it will pin it to the left of the Chrome extension icon. That way, to open the tool, this is a shortcut. Makes it very fast. You will see the icon here. All you do is click it, and it will open up onto the right side. Now, before we start using the tool, another important thing to think about is making sure that your browser is up to date. How do you do that? I'm on Microsoft Edge right now, and you'll see over to the right 3 dots that says Settings and More. Google Chrome is very similar, but it is a vertical 3 dots, but they are both in the right section to the right of your URL bar. Once you click on that, you're going to go to the bottom. You're going to go to Help and Feedback. And then on Help and Feedback, on Microsoft Edge, it just says About Microsoft Edge. On Google, it will say About Google Chrome. Once you click it, it's going to take you to a page that will check for updates. Mine is already up to date. If this was not, it would say it's updating and give a progress report. On the Google Chrome, it does something very similar. And afterward, it will say Restart or Relaunch to reset your browser. Now, this is important because if browsers are not up to date, many times extensions will not function properly. So this does need to be made sure that it's done. And remember, most people feel that their computers will automatically update, and most do, but many computers have settings that it does not automatically update, especially different dealership computers. So this is an important facet that you need to make sure has been completed. Now, to use the tool, let's get over to the tool itself. When you click on the tool, it will always pop up on the right side. We're going to talk a little bit about the main menu here and some of the features. You will notice some drop-down boxes, 4 to be exact at the top. We have our vehicle category. This is the category in which the Facebook Marketplace form goes to. Now, for this, most of the applications you'll be using for is commercial and industrial, especially in agricultural. So we'll click that. To the right, you're going to see emoji. You can select no emoji if you don't want one. What is the emoji? These are emojis that we have found to get the most traction and catch the eyes in the best way. What this does is, let's say I put this fire emoji in here, and I'll leave it here just for the time being to show how it looks on an actual Facebook form. But this will be inserted into the actual listing itself, which will make the listing stand out a little bit more. Some people like them, some people don't. There is no actual science that says that emojis work or do not work, but we're always looking for ways to separate ourselves from the competition. We found that this is one way, but I'll leave that for the moment. Where to post? You're going to see this drop-down box. We have 3 locations we could post at. Facebook Marketplace. We could post directly to Facebook groups outside of Marketplace, and we could also post to our Facebook page. We're going to start with Marketplace to begin with. Distance. Depending on what you're trying to post, there are several different items. We have miles, kilometers, or in many factors, there's just hours. We're going to leave this for the time being at miles, just to leave that there. Below this, you're going to see a box that says Add AI Instructions. Now, this is interesting. We use AI to write the description on each marketplace listing. We do this because it saves you a ton of time, and it's also been trained to change up listings from listing to listing. That prevents Facebook from seeing just a complete copy and paste on every single listing, which Facebook does not favor. All of the listings will put a lot of details in there that are important, that your clients and those who are interested in the product you're selling are exactly looking for. So this is important. You can leave this blank if you choose. By default, it comes blank. But let's say, for example, and it will write all the instructions for you as long as you have this AI written description box checked. The only thing that you can do different here is you can tell it how you want a listing written. Most people leave it alone because it, quite frankly, does what it's supposed to do. But if you want to insert in here, -7 for more, we'll put more information. So this is my name. We'll fix this. I'm going to hit save, and it will put this in there, which you'll see here shortly. If you do want to add a stock number, you can to the listing description. We're going to leave that out for the moment. Here below this, you have enter your API key. This is the API key that you have received. This will allow the tool to connect directly to your inventory. Below this is your sales consultant name. You want to enter your name in here. And remember, this will save this each time. So you don't need to constantly keep updating this. It will save it from the next session that you do. Now, once all this is done and I'm ready to go, I'm going to click Load Vehicles. You will see it's going to load the vehicles all right here. Now, on each vehicle, if I want, I can click on the photo. And let's say there is a specific photo I do not want to use. Let's say this first one. I can click this and I can remove it and click Done. I can also crop the images. We won't go into a lot of detail of this because for most of the application in the agricultural space, this is completely unnecessary. But the purpose is we can crop out certain things from the top or the bottom or the sides to remove something from the photo. But we're not going to do anything here with the cropping. But we do want to show you what that actually is. But now you can see, if I come back here, select images, I remove that first one. I'm going to hit done. And what I can do here is I will click right here. I'm going to click post again. Since I already posted this one earlier, we're going to do it anyway. Once you click post, it is going to open up another tab. Now, this is something that's really important. If for whatever reason you click post and there is no window that opens up, what you need to do is you need to go to the bottom of your screen and you will hover over the icon, either Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. Notice when I hover over Edge, you can see there's actually two screens that are open here. If for some reason you click this and it does absolutely nothing, remember it's opening in a window you can't see. Come to the bottom, hover over this, and you will see it popping up in one of these windows. For example, there would be a third one here, which would be this one. Now, once I did this, you can see it loaded everything that I needed to load. Very simple, very easy to do. It did not use the one photo that I did not want it to use, as you noticed. And it filled out all the information. Remember earlier, I mentioned a little bit about, I'll go back, the fire emoji. Did you notice where it put it? It put it right here into the model. This makes it stand out a little bit. Now, if I were to have selected hours, it would have put the hours in there. But if I choose, let's say, for example, I did not want that in there, all I do is just do this. I could delete it very, very quickly. It's not a bad thing to come back in and never edit anything. It protects your account tremendously. Do not look at that as a negative. It takes 2 seconds to do. It's not a big deal. And it is important because what Facebook does is every time your mouse moves, every time you do something on here, Facebook recognizes that very importantly, as if there is no issue with a bot actually filling this out from a server. There is a couple items here you're going to notice you will have to manually do because typically we don't have that information. Facebook does require exterior and interior colors. Even though this really doesn't qualify for it, they do require it. Very quickly, I would just come down here and select this. Once again, this keeps your account nice and safe. You do not need to put your fuel type, but let's just say you can. It does not hurt to do it. Now, under your description, occasionally, just remember, you can see it wrote everything at the bottom. If you recall, I put in here message Trevin for more information, and it did. It put it in here. But it added all this detailed info about this particular vehicle. Now, come in here and you might have to delete a few things. Depending on the file that comes through, occasionally there are some items in here that should not be. We'll just come through and just delete it really quickly. It takes 2 seconds. Very, very easy to do. But this is really well written, and you can see this process just took a few seconds to do. I would hit next, then I can cross post to my Facebook groups and then publish the vehicle from there. A tremendous time-saving tool for sure, as you can see. Okay, now let's go to another section here. I'm going to leave this page. I want to show you now about Facebook groups. How does this work? By default, you will see on your Facebook groups, I already have some in here, but by default, there will be nothing in here. You will need to add these. How do you do that? Go to your Facebook, and on the left side, you're going to come down and you're going to go to groups. You're going to go to, on the left side now, your groups. And you're going to notice once you do that, all these little buttons that say add next to each group pop up. All I do is I add these to the tool. If I want this one, I can come through. I'm going to add these. Well, obviously, I don't have any here that are agricultural related, but it doesn't matter for the sake of this particular video. Now, if I just refresh this on the tool, you'll see they're actually all there. So how do I post to a Facebook group? Okay, now here's how this works. On this main page, what I want to do is where to post, I'm going to change this to Facebook groups. And now I'm going to hit load vehicles. Now from here, you're going to see your Facebook groups up at the top. I find which group I want to list. And then all I do is I hit post. Once I hit post, it's going to immediately open Facebook and go directly to that group that's been selected. Now here's what you need to do that's very important. You need to make sure that on these categories of the group, that it is always selected discussion. Sometimes by default, there may be buy and sell. Do not use buy and sell. You want to use discussion every single time. Click on discussion, and then where it says write something, you're going to click it. It's going to open up an item that says create post. And all I do is I click this. You'll see this insert vehicle data. I click this button. It will immediately load in the photos for me. And then AI is going to write this post. If you just give it a few seconds, you can see that it did that. Now, once again, there's a couple things I may want to delete from here. It takes 2 seconds, very easy to do, but this is how this process works. And then I would just hit post, and then it goes into the group. Very fast, very easy. Very simple process to use. I'm going to close this for the moment now. Now let's try one with our page. I'm going to click page now. Let's say I want to post this to my Facebook page. Same thing, load. I'm going to click post. It's going to automatically open Facebook and go directly to my page. Now what we need to do is on the section where it says what's on your mind, you just click in there like you're going to type something. Click insert vehicle data. It will add everything in, and in the same exact way, it's going to put it in here. Very, very simple, very easy to do, as you can see. I'll close this for the moment. We're going to delete this draft. Very easy tool to use, as you can see. What I'm going to do now is let's look at one more feature on the tool. That's the posted vehicle section. If you click posted vehicles, this will show you the vehicles that you've posted. Now, just remember, how this tracks it is not whether it actually posted or not, but if you click the button. So just be aware of that. When you click this button, it automatically transfers it over and keeps track on the posted vehicle section. Now what it's going to do is keep a track of this particular vehicle. If, let's say, for example, in the future that gets removed from your inventory, it will no longer show up on the tool, which will mean it has sold, but you've already posted it. So it's going to change from need to yes here. Need to be removed from Facebook. It will say yes. Then we need to go to the Facebook, find the listing, and delete it. If something happens and the price changes, it's going to track that, and it's going to tell us right here that the price changed. And then what we need to do is we need to go in and find it. If you're looking for just vehicles that just need to be deleted, you could click there, or those that need a price change, you can click here. When both of these are unclicked, it will just show what's in here that does not need something done. Very simple, very easy way for you to track. Now, if you run into any issues, please feel free to reach out to us. Click the Need Help, Click Here button, and that will take you to our support page, where we'd be more than happy to assist you in any way to help you continue to list vehicles in a fast and efficient way.